So here we are with Eric Piscini, who is the CEO of the technical team behind the Hedera blockchain, here for the launch of the Ras Al Khaimah, the RAK DAO digital method for Oasis. Eric, what a wonderful day it's been. So tell us, how do you feel about this inauguration and the launch of the RAK DAO?
Very energized. It is very refreshing coming from the US to see the energy around Web3 coming from the regulators, coming from the government, coming from the innovation taking place here already. It's really, really interesting, very inspiring.
I think with today's show and the launch of the RAK DAO, I mean, definitely they have showcased that, UAE is becoming, is establishing itself as the Web3 and digital hub of the world.
Yep.
So we have already got existing zones, as you know, with the ADGM and the WARA, and obviously the financial markets, the DIFC and all. And now we have the RAK DAO here.
Yeah.
So did you get to meet a lot of interesting projects and people here today?
I've had a lot of different projects based here and in Dubai, across the board, right? NFT, tokenization, supply chain, loyalty. So a lot of use cases that I've been working on for the last 10 years are actually being developed here. So that's really, 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 really interesting. And the other thing is, when you talk to the people working here on the regulation and the legal framework for blockchain and crypto in the region, they have a very different mindset than what you would expect from a regulator. Right? I mean, today someone was telling me, so what else can you do to help you? Right? You never hear that in other parts of the world, right? They are telling you what not to do, as opposed to asking you what to do to improve the environment. So extremely interesting set of meetings today. Yeah.
Oh, definitely, I hear that from a lot of other people who are moving to the UAE within the digital assets and the crypto and the Web3 scene. And I believe it's definitely a much more proactive regulatory environment where the government, they want to help you build rather than, restrain you from what you can do with technology.
Clearly. And I think people have to come here. Physically, you have to come here, because when you're here, you realize that Dubai and UAE and right here are very different from what you would expect from being outside of the region, right? When you come here, you realize this is a much more progressive environment than you would think, from a regulatory point of view, from a social point of view. It's very, very interesting, very refreshing.
Definitely. So obviously, I've met a lot of projects that are, working on the Hedera blockchain.
Yeah.
And from your point of view, representing Hedera and the Hedera Foundation, what would you like to convey to future projects that want to come and be part of your ecosystem?
Come build with us, because when you think of Hedera as the cheapest blockchain you can find, the very green blockchain, and very focused on the enterprise market, right? So when you think of Hedera, you think of all those things, and you think of the governing council, which are 30 companies, worldwide companies, the IBM, the Google of the world, are actually involved in our project and are running our network. So you get the guarantee that those companies didn't put their names behind the project without, committing long term. So that is a long-term commitment. There is a really, really good technology and an ecosystem that's growing across the board, and not only here, but in different.
So what you're saying is there are a lot of institutions and big brands that are working with Hedera because of its cost effectiveness as a blockchain, and obviously its flexibility and robustness provides.
Yeah, and confidence that we are going to be around for the next 100 years, and we are backed by large organizations. So that's very important too.
And do you look forward to working with the RAK DAO ecosystem?
We do. We were actually talking about, many of us were talking about, should we set up some activity here, like an office in RAK DAO. So we think about it, but after today, I think our level of interest is much higher than it was before.
So definitely your confidence has boosted after seeing how they've showcased this launch.
Very much so, yeah.
And brought together the whole community here.
Very much so.
I think that's what we also feel as being part of this ecosystem here in the UAE for many years now. And I'm sure they've definitely showcased and brought a lot of confidence here. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
This is Eric Piscini here with me at the RAK DAO launch in Ras Al Khaimah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.